The old house stood at the edge of the village, shrouded in an eerie silence that was punctuated only by the mournful sigh of the wind through its crumbling eaves. It had been abandoned for decades, its windows like hollow eyes staring out at the world, its walls a canvas for the creeping tendrils of ivy that whispered secrets no human could understand. The villagers whispered about the house, about the family that had once lived there, their faces twisted in perpetual fear, their eyes holding a haunted glint that mirrored the vacant eyes of the house itself. They spoke of a strange illness that had swept through the family, leaving them pale and gaunt, their voices choked with whispers of unseen terrors. They whispered of a final night, a night of screams that echoed through the valley, a night that ended with the family vanishing, leaving only a haunting emptiness in their wake. But what they didn't know was that the house was not empty. The walls held a secret that whispered through the cracks in the plaster, that seeped from the decaying wood, that clung to the dust that swirled in the shadows. It was the secret of the family, a secret that was not a story to be told, but a presence to be felt. One night, a group of teenagers, daring and reckless, decided to explore the house. Armed with flashlights and the bravado born of ignorance, they pushed open the creaking front door and stepped into a world that was both familiar and terrifyingly strange. The air was thick with dust and the smell of decay, and a palpable sense of dread hung in the air. As they wandered through the house, each room was a new stage and replay of horror. The living room, once filled with laughter and light, was now a tomb of shadows, where dust motes danced in the beams of their flashlights. The kitchen, where meals had been shared and stories told, was now a museum of decay, its surfaces covered in a film of grime that felt alive. In the master bedroom, they found a diary, its pages filled with the scrawled handwriting of the family's matriarch. She spoke of a sickness, a creeping darkness that had taken hold of her family, twisting their minds and bodies, turning their love into a suffocating fear. She spoke of a presence, a whisper in the shadows, a creature that fed on their fear and whispered promises of eternal darkness. As they read, the teenagers felt a chill crawl up their spines, and a sense of dread, like a living thing, tightened its grip on their hearts. They realized they were not alone in the house. Something was watching them, its presence as real as the air they breathed. The diary ended abruptly, the last entry a desperate plea for salvation, a prayer whispered in the face of encroaching darkness. The teenagers, their faces pale with terror, knew they had stumbled into something far more sinister than they could have imagined. They fled the house, running through the night, the darkness that clung to the house seeming to chase them, to whisper promises of eternal slumber in their ears. They never spoke of what they saw, what they felt, but the chilling echo of the house remained with them, a constant reminder that some secrets are better left buried, some darkness better left undisturbed. And so, the old house stands at the edge of the village, its secrets hidden in the shadows, its windows like hollow eyes staring out at the world, waiting for the next group of daring souls to venture into its depths, unaware of the darkness that awaits them.